Right now we're in the middle for track workout. Did 2 miles warm up. We're 3 kilometers in at 5 1K repeats at a 750 pace. We're doing good right now. But something I was thinking about this past week is that if you want to do good at the end, like let's say the marathon, it's gonna have to suck now. If it doesn't suck now, it's gonna suck later. So do it now while it hurts, so you can reap the rewards later. That's my message. Middle of the workout, about to go get. Alright, now the track workout is complete. We did 7.3 miles. I was only expected to do 7.1, but this track's a little big on the outside loop, so got an extra 0.2 miles in there. Average pace was 8:15. Did a 2 mile warm up at an 8:50 pace. Did 5 1 kilometer repeats with this minute rest in between at around a 7:50, 7:45 pace, and then did a 2 mile cool down at around an 8:30, 8:35 pace. So got that in. Phase 1 is now complete. We did 35 miles this week. We built up from week 1, we're on 20, all the way to week 5, and we're 35 miles deep. So now phase 2 is beginning next week. Let's get it. All right, sorry about the kind of later video. I totally forgot to record like me going to the track this morning and hyping it up, but it's okay. It's 3 o'clock now. Did the track workout went great, like I said, and wrapped up a good session. Let's see, right now it's 3 o'clock. Went home after the workout, had some breakfast, watched some show, and then took like a 3-hour nap because didn't get much sleep the night before, so recovered well there. And now it's time to do some laundry, some dishes, and clean up the condo right now. So I'm gonna do that, and then gonna go do a push session and hit the sauna. So let's get it.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind.
All right, we are back. It's 8:30 at night, Saturday. We had a very productive week. This week was the end of, like I said earlier, phase 1. Phase 1 was my base building phase, and that was where I was ramping up, slowly getting miles back in the game after taking a little break from running. So phase 1 was 5 weeks. I went from running 20 miles a week to bumping that up slowly, gradually by 2 or 3 miles a week, and I'm running 35 miles a week, which is huge. Now, if I just made that jump from 20 to 35, I would have been cooked. But luckily, I just slowly did it, slowly adding a few miles each week, and now I'm in great shape. So that was good. I was doing that almost 5 to 6 runs a week, as well as 5 strength sessions minimum. And then recently, this past week, I started doing 60 minutes of sauna work after 3 workouts in the gym, which is really good for my cardiovascular and helps a lot. So phase 1 is complete. Now we're moving on to phase 2. And so this is really big. This is the second of the 4 phases. I'm calling this the maintaining mileage phase. So slightly increasing to about a little over 40 miles a week over the next 4 to 5 weeks. Still on 5 to 6 runs a week, most likely 6 runs. So this can consist of 3 easy runs. Now those 3 easy runs, oh man, the cops are going crazy outside. All right, never mind. But pretty much, you can probably hear them. What's it called? Oh yeah, back to the easy runs. So before, my easy runs were like 3 miles. And now the easy runs are minimum 5 mile runs is the minimum now, no matter what. 3 easy runs, as well as 1 track workout, which is a speed workout, which I do on Saturdays. I've been typically doing 800 meter repeats to start, but now I'm kind of moving into 1 kilometer, so slowly building up that distance. And the bigger thing is the warm up. Yes, the speed's important, but instead of warming up for a mile, I'm warming up for 2 miles now. So I'm like pretty much a speed session and a like cool down. Not run. That's kind of weird to say. I like this past like earlier 2 mile warm up, and then 3 miles of work with the 5 kilometer repeats, and then 2 mile cool down. So if you split those up, that's pretty much a 4 mile run and a 3 mile run. But it's like combining them two, which is really good, which helps my overall speed and my heart rate. So well as a tempo run, I call it the Nick Bear run that he always talks about, where it's a mile or two warm up and then on off fast, like faster pace, slower pace, fast pace, slower pace, and it's slowly building up your heart rate and getting ready for that faster pace. That's for the marathon, and then also a long run. Minimum long runs now is going to be at least 10 miles. Usually do that on Monday. Start the week off with the banger, with the hardest thing, which is a long run. And so, yeah. But the biggest thing I've noticed from phase 1 is my heart rate going down a ton, which is great. I noted on August 5th, I ran 4 miles at a 9:01 pace with vertical gain of 61 feet, and my average heart rate was 157, which is pretty dang high. On September 2nd, I ran a 5 miles, so an extra mile, at an 8:50 pace, so 11 seconds faster per mile, at a vertical gain of 246 feet, so 4 times as much as a month before, at a 153 heart rate. So we dropped pace by 11 seconds, we dropped our heart rate by 4, while adding 200 feet of vertical gain, which is huge, which means I've overall, my heart rate has got so much better in controlling the paces, which is huge because before, especially in the summer, even though I was running at like 6 a.m. or 6:30 most days, it was still 80 degrees, and it's still 80 degrees now, but I just got, within 5 weeks of running, of just showing up daily, even when I don't want to, I've just got slowly so much better, which kind of leads me back to the point I touched on a little bit earlier, was about how if you want to succeed in something later, it has to suck now. And so if I want to go 3:30 in a marathon, which is what I'm trying to do, that's an 8-minute pace or better, okay? I can maybe rip an 8-minute pace for maybe 3, maybe 4 miles right now without starting to get a little winded, you know, which is hard, of course, but I think that by slowly adding and making it suck now, by November, you know, in 78 days from now, it's going to be like, not a piece of cake, but it's not going to be like hell. So I'm going through the hell right now to get to the peace in heaven later, which actually, a little biblical reference there, is that this is going to be, our time also here is so short, so finite, that compared to the glory of God that we're going to see in the future. And so, although it might stink now, it's going to be so much better later. So grind it out now and reap the rewards later. You know, I heard somebody say the other day, if you're a believer, this is the closest thing you'll get to hell. And if you're a non-believer, this is the closest thing to get to heaven. So just remember that. Anyways, little Christian dive there. I always try to get a little wisdom and scripture there. Yep, training's going well. Still lifting, hopefully 5 times a week, maintaining that mileage up to 40. And I'm hoping by end of phase, I want to say 2, which should be in about 4, maybe 5 weeks. We can be ripping, you know, these 8:30 miles at a 153 heart rate, or be able to rip 10 miles at an 8:50 pace while keeping the heart rate at 153 versus just 5 miles. So it's kind of the goal right now. We're just keeping it moving. You know, they say slow motion is better than no motion. We're gonna keep that momentum going. So on that note, I will catch y'all in the next video. We're pushing the limits, and yep, let's keep it going. See y'all.